want to talk about?
Wrestling. Wrestling is good.
Why do you do that?
Why not?
It's fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcoming you to AEW Double or Nothing 2025 recap. Appreciate everybody checking out my video here. If you dig it, you know what to do. You click that thumbs up button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about this year's Double or Nothing pay-per-view. Also, be a champ and click on that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber yet. Also, in the comments, if you don't really have an opinion of it, uh, give me a friendly hello. That's always appreciated as well. Now, with all that out of the way, let's fork and go. Talking about Double or Nothing that took place at the Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale, Arizona. It kicked off with a couple of, I guess they call it buy-in matches again instead of 0 hour. Or, I guess Double or Nothing, gambling, buy-in. So I guess Double or Nothing, the rest of them are 0 hour, right? Let me know in the comments if that's right, or am I totally off? They just changing them anytime they want to. Anyway, the first of those matches was Megan Bain and Penelope Ford going against Anna Jay and Harley Cameron. Decent little match here. The finish was Harley Cameron getting the pin on Penelope Ford. Don't know how really, because the cameraman decided to pay attention to Mega Bain and Anna Jay on the floor. But they did show the replay. I'm just being sarcastic. Because that kind of was the theme of the night. If there's any complaints about it, was the, uh, I guess, production of it. The pushing of the buttons to focus on what, camera position or what. But anyway, yes, Holly Cameron got the win using her version of the Crossroads. The next one was a 8-man tag match. It was AR Fox, Bandito, Commander, and Hologram getting the victory over Leo Rush, Action Andretti, Trent Beretta, and Rocky Romero. Again, good match for it being high flying and stuff like that. Couple little missteps there, but you always going to have that when you do that high speed, high pace, high flying uh, type of match. Uh, and another complaint you're going to hear this often would be you had a pretty good finish there. You had the fans right there, but then you had everybody kick out of it and to do some other finish. Same thing here, but the actual finish was not as pretty as the first two they had, really, which was, everybody. First one was, I guess, everybody came off top rope. One of them hit a moonsault, but they only got 2 count. Next one was like 4-corner, uh, or not sunset flip, 450 splashes, shooting star press. Had them all pinned, looked pretty and all that. Should have ended it there, but everybody kicked out of that one. But they went with some kind of bandito doing like a little flippy doo wop into German suplex. I think he was supposed to supposed to be a bridging German suplex, but uh, didn't work out too well. Didn't look as good, but that was your finish, giving AR Fox, Bandito, Commander, and Hologram the victory. Now we get to the main show here. First match of the night is the finals of the Owen Hart Foundation female bracket of the tournament. It was Mercedes Moné against Jamie Hayter. Uh, Basically, they exchanged some step over toe holes and half crabs. Yes, they wouldn't all have crabs, Tony Schiavone. Um, yes, during this match, I kept on calling Tony Schiavone, Michael Schiavone, Tony Cole, all of them. Because it's like, or was it exact? I think I did the same thing with Excalibur. It's like Excalibur, Cole, Michael Sockface, all those things. Yes, I still think that match just looks fucking ridiculous. But uh, it's called a step when you step over the leg and go that way. Oh, I ain't standing up for it. Uh, Even me, non-wrestler, but been watching wrestling forever, knows that's a step over toe hold. But they kept on calling everything half grass. But anyway, Mercedes took over after she teabagged Jamie Hayter from the apron to the floor. Hayter would come back. Um, Hayter, Hayter was had like I call it a slipping clothesline from the. It was on the floor, but she kind of slipped on the steps a little bit, but still was able to get that clothesline in on the floor. Taz, hey, give the man credit. He kind of explained everything. He's like, hey, this is supposed to be a fight here. Sometimes fights ain't pretty, so therefore not everything's going to be pretty in a fight or wrestling match in this case. But decent match all in all. Monet would actually counter a hater raid into a cradle for the victory. So I'm assuming she will, well, time to get away any other finishes. But anyway, she did win her ticket to the All In Women's World Title match. So, and she got a nice new belt now, the Owen Hart Women's uh, Tournament belt, along with that big tall trophy. So, congratulations to her. To me, it was like, she was going to win, but this is still was a pretty good match. I thought it was a good match. Speaking of good matches here, we had FTR going against Nigel McGuinness and Daniel Garcia. Not a huge Daniel Garcia fan, but again, this was a decent match. Uh, Nigel and Daniel got a little bit early advantage. Then FTR would take over on uh, Nigel McGuinness by running him against the table, stomach first and all that, but they worked him over. Uh, Daniel Garcia would get the hot tag in. Um, and the usual match, everybody gets their stuff in, and few kicks out of finishers, cameraman missing spots, and all that good stuff. But um, FTR would hit the Shatter Machine on Garcia, and then Dax Harwood uh, put Daniel Garcia in the sharpshooter, kept him there. Cash Wheeler also kept Nigel McGuinness at bay, kicking him, make sure he didn't break up the submission hole. Daniel Garcia wound up passing out, giving FTR the victory. Also, pretty brutal. Looked like Cash Wheeler kind of got the worst of this. They hit the Shatter Machine on Nigel McGuinness on the floor as well to lead up to that finish. But like I said, looked like Cash Wheeler got the worst end of that end because he went flat back on the floor with the weight of Nigel McGuinness on him. Uh, but all in all, decent match. You're not going to get too many bad matches out FTR, especially now that they're heels and they know how to work as heels in a tag match. Uh, they know how to back off, let the baby faces shine. They know how to get the heat, not afraid to get it, and all that good stuff. So pretty decent match here. Uh, Next match here was probably I would say I'm not a huge fan of the quote unquote uh like the death match type or some hardcore matches I could get into. Uh, but this one was pretty fun to watch. It was let me get my notes here. It was Ricochet against Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe got the early shine in it, then Ricochet took over. Um, Actually had a couple of funny spots. It's like I said, this was kind of a fun match to watch here. Um, you had one spot where Mark Briscoe had brung some cleaning equipment, cleaned stuff out in a bucket, and shined up Ricochet's head. Yeah, put the spray on him, got a towel, washed it and everything, or wiped it and everything. Hit Ricochet with the bucket itself. Uh, Mark Briscoe got hella color in this match. Um, but with the end came, Ricochet had a pair of scissors hidden under the ring. Started using that on the already bloody Briscoe. They Then Briscoe wound up getting the scissors from him. Went after him, but Ricochet had another pair of scissors uh, inside the ambulance because that's where they fought back to. Ricochet was able to get Mark Briscoe in the stretcher, closing the door, having the sirens go off. Therefore, Ricochet wins this stretcher match. Uh, buddy of mine was over here to watch it with me. He was like, "Why didn't they call it ambulance match? I thought this is an ambulance match." My thinking is WWE probably trademarked the ambulance name or ambulance match name, so therefore they weren't going to be able to use it. So uh, just kept it with a good old stretcher match. All right. Then we had a AEW World Tag Team Title match. The Hurt Syndicate went up against the Sons of Texas. That's Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara. Of course, they are the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. Um, Not that great of a fluid match here. You had, Hurt Syndicate, wind up throwing Sammy around a little bit. Dustin got the hot tag in, hit the unnatural kick a couple times in the match here. MJF was trying to get Shelton or Bobby to use that ring. Both times, Bobby even stepped in during when MJF was trying to get Shelton to use it. He said, "No, we don't need it. We don't need it." Uh, Last time him and Dustin were on the floor. Dustin was on the barricade. You kind of see where this was going. Bobby Lashley's like, "No, no, no, I don't need that ring." He had a big smile and said, "I got this." They fist bump, and then uh, Bobby Lashley proceeded to spear Dustin Rhodes through the barricade. And in the ring, we had Shelton Benjamin hit that Shining Wizard on a knee strike into a thrust kick on Sammy Guevara, getting the win over that. So it looks like kind of looked like they wasn't in sync a little bit. I mean, there's one spot where MJF inadvertently was distracting the referee, so Dustin got the unnatural kick on Shelton Benjamin. Um, but in the end, it looked like they was all on the same page. Everything's going smoothly. Everybody's happy with everybody. And of course, when you win, you're still the champions. Everybody's happy. Just like in real life. Just like in real life sport. Next up, we had a Continental Championship match. It was Konishiki Okada defending against Mike Speedball Bailey. I like Okada. Mike Bailey's not really grown on me yet. It's got some pretty cool kicks and stuff like that, which was on display here. During the first portion of the match, he uses speed, no pun intended, and those kicks take an early advantage. Okada took her over Bailey, but Bailey uh, made a comeback, got a 2.99 count after one of those kicks, and just barely, like I said, 2.99. Okada grabbed that bottom rope with his hand. And actually, it was that close that referee actually counted that third fall. Then had to explain, no, 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 this ain't over with yet. But this is one of those matches where it ended the way it was supposed to. Uh, Kind of like the first match, they didn't really do much of the multi finisher kickouts, but but this one was in a good. I mean, even though Okada he went to the ropes instead of just kicking out. Mike Bailey went for the shooting star press, got a drop kick in the face instead. Then Okada with one Rainmaker, nailed it, covered him, hooked the leg, 1, 2, 3. Okada is still your Continental Champion. Another decent match here. I won't say it's one of my favorites, but it worked out right. Uh, Good finish. Not 20, like I said, 20 different finishers given in the match. It was Mina Shiokawa against Tony Storm for the AEW Women's Championship. Mina kept a lot of the advantage of this match. Kept working on Tony Storm's legs. Uh, put in, a lot of leg locks, figure four leg locks, variations of the figure four leg lock, but Storm wound up getting the victory after hitting one Storm Zero pile driver. After the match, a lot of the guys, maybe some of the ladies were kind of happy. They shook hands and made out in the middle of the ring. Uh, Mina actually got on her knees, started kissing the leg that the knee that she kept working on of Tony Storm. But like I said, decent little match between the two. So now it's going to be Mercedes Monet, let's say change title or whatever. Mercedes Monet against Tony Storm at All In for the AEW Women's World Championship. Second fun match. Like I said, I'm not a huge big fan of the garbage hardcore deathmatch type stuff, but again, even the wrestlers looked like they were having fun in this match. It was the Anarchy in the Arena match. You had Swerve Strickland, Willow, Nightingale, Shibata, Powerhouse Hobbs, Samoa Joe, and Kenny Omega went up against the Death Riders and the Young Bucks. Like I said, a lot of things to highlight here. I guess the first thing was, like I said, they were looked like those having fun. Swerve came out in his Punisher gear. When the ops came out, there was no sign of Samoa Joe, but they had a plan. Samoa Joe kind of did a sneak attack on uh, Claudio Castagnoli as he was in the stands. Like I said, from that point on, the Young Bucks came out to like some bicentennial music that kept on playing when the match started. Then Kenny Omega just motioned to the, I guess the PA person, go, hey, cut that, do another song, play something different, and they did play something different. I'm so excited by the Pointer Sisters. Uh, yeah, Kenny Omega and Swerve, they played along with it. They're like, oh, okay, it works. And after a while, Kenny got on the mic and said, hey, let's play some 2000s grunge, which I don't consider this song grunge. I consider it more hard rock, maybe heavy metal. But they played Bodies by Drowning Pool. I kind of popped on that one because I've always dug that song. So uh, Tony Khan spending some money on some music uh, on this pay per view. But like I said, a lot of furniture moving. They had a spot where Swerve Strickland was hitting everybody with a staple gun. He even got hit with a staple gun by Maria. Got the staple gun on the tongue. They had one spot where Maria hooked Willow Nightingale's ear to the post on the chain, but she got free of that. Uh, the usual stuff. Everybody got their stuff in it towards the end, but uh, the final came where Swerve got his gimmick Reebok shoes with spikes on the bottom and hit a buck with a Swerve stomp. Made the pin. 1, 2, 3. We did get some. We did get an appearance from Hook. He kind of got involved. Kind of went after Claudio Castagnoli, and when Smojo's like, "Hey, come in with us," but um, Hook didn't want to. He he went on back to the back. Let's see. Can't never remember the guy's name. Oh, Gabe Kidd came in. That's his name. I keep forgetting his name. He came in, started hitting everybody with briefcases, but he got taken care of. Um, but like I said, Swerve wound up hitting the Buck with those gimmick shoes he has. I guess they're Reebok, giving the Ops, Swerve Strickland, Kenny Omega, and Willow Nightingale the victory in that match. Like I said, looked like a fun match. Everybody was having fun in that match, so uh, not really a big deal. It looked pretty fun. You got some of the people got color. Hobbs got some color. Moxley got a little bit of color. Becky and Maria got a little bit of color on her after she got hit with a bottle. I think you can tell that was kind of gimmicky as the book came out, but or the powder or whatever. came out. But all in all, a decent, fun match. After that, we had to let the crowd settle down, rest a little bit. You had the Paragon, which is uh, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roger Strong. They went up against the Don Callis family, Josh Alexander, uh, Takishna, and Kyle Fletcher. Like I said, normal little stuff. The Paragon shine a little bit. Then the family worked on Kyle O'Reilly, or excuse me, Roger Strong. Then Kyle O'Reilly came in, and everybody kind of got their stuff in. 25 finishers later, we got uh, Kyle Fletcher hitting Kyle O'Reilly with the Brainbuster for the win. They kept attacking their opponents until uh, Brody King and a couple other guys came in to help out in that situation. And this leads us to the main event. It was, excuse me, Adam Page against Will Ospreay. Pretty decent match here. Will Ospreay had the early advantage. Uh, hit the phenomenal forearm on Adam Page, and when he fell down, he hit his back on the knees of Adam Page. Um, Page wound up after that working on the back, gave him the follow-away slam on the floor against the barricade. Uh, Will came back, got hit some of his stuff in, hit a Styles Clash from the apron to the floor. Like I said, a lot of back and forth stuff, a lot of hitting the finishers, kicking out of finishers. And after the second buckshot, uh, Adam Page took the leg, got the 1, 2, 3, and winning the men's bracket of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. So that means, as of right now, it's going to be Adam Page versus John Moxley for the AEW World Heavyweight Title. Sorry, I didn't mean to say World Championship at All In, coming in June. Um, I do believe I've had Will Ospreay winning this one and kind of going in and beating the guy that probably defeats John Moxley. But like I said, I had a buddy came over, give him credit for this one. He's like, yeah, I think Adam Page probably win this. His style and John Moxley kind of blends a little bit better than the aerial assassin, as Justin Roberts would like to call it. No wonder JBL used to beat him up. It sounds annoying on the even on the announcing people's names. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, he kind of said he thinks Adam Cole or Adam Page and John Moxley, their styles will have a better match. Than maybe even though Will Ospreay is really good. Uh, I haven't really seen him in too many bad, like not bad matches. I say uh, not even too many mid matches. I'll find a word next week, but anyway, none of it's not total stinkers where he's everybody's tripping over themselves. Um, but yeah, so Adam Page goes on to All In to face John Moxley. Like I said, the biggest thing of that, some of these matches did drag out way longer than they need to. Case in point, the Hurt Syndicate against the Sons of Texas. That dragged out a little too long, in my opinion. Also, the first, I guess you could say, couple of those, both of the buy-in matches kind of went longer. Uh, Even though that was a good match, the Monet hater went a little too long. Um, there's another one. Yeah, I think that Okada Bailey match went a little too long myself. I think uh, they could have kept that down to 5 or 10 minutes. Just have it kind of let Bailey shine a little bit. Okada get some heat. then a little bit back and forth, come back. Then but I will say the finish was right. All he had to do is hit one Rainmaker, kind of like the Tony Storm match. One uh, Storm Zero pile driver ends it. Not like here you had Will Ospreay hitting a couple of the hidden blades. Uh, Second one hit the hidden blade and the storm catcher uh, maneuver and got a 2 count. Page took him a couple buckshots to pin Will Ospreay. It wasn't like he grabbed a rope; it was kick out. So that not a fan of, but it still works. All in all, like I said, not a bad pay per view. Pretty good. I dug it. Uh, my two favorite matches are basically the hardcore stuff, the veteran match, and the uh and or yeah Anarch in the Arena match. Um, I dug the two Art Foundation Cup finals. Let's see what else. Another match I kind of liked. Me and Tony Storm was a good match. Um, I did like the FTR match. It was all right. Um, I don't know. Like I said, not a bad pay per view. Anyway, that does it for me on this video. Hope you folks enjoyed it. Like I said, let me know in the comments what you thought about this year's Double or Nothing pay per view, or just be friendly, say hello. Also, hit that thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber yet, be a champ. Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, you folks have a good one. Take it easy. And
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Ronald Ray here saying thank you for checking out my video. If you don't mind, go ahead and click that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and share this video with family and friends. I would also appreciate it if you would subscribe to RP2 Vision, where I cover the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. Now, don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified when my other weekly content is available, like Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, WWE Raw Recap, and AEW Dynamite Recap. I also have 2 live streams. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., it's Spot Show Live Stream, where I discuss the latest news in professional wrestling. And on Friday nights at 8 o'clock p.m., it's Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where I discuss the good old days of professional wrestling. When wrestling was wrestling, wrestling was real because it's still real to us. Folks, have a good one and take it easy.